think they're ready. I'm mainly waiting on her stream. Come on, Pottles. Help us out, please. We need to know who's where. Come on, Pottles. Help us out, please. We need to know who's where.
Oh, that's not supposed to be up.
She literally just says got it up as soon as I say that. Me and my big mouth. Why didn't I get the notification? What the fuck? Okay. You ready?
Ready.
Begin the countdown. 3. League tonight. It is the beginning of Season 5, Week 1, and the drivers couldn't be any tougher than they are now on this track at Talladega. Joining me tonight with my good friend and colleague Sparkalicious. Sparkalicious, tell us all about Talladega. What are we going to see tonight?
Folks, you're going to see some of probably the wildest racing you've ever seen. This track is 2.66 miles of absolute mayhem. These guys are going to be bumper to bumper pretty much all race long. There's going to be a lot of 2 wide, 3 wide, possibly even 4 wide, and maybe even imaginable could be 5 wide at this racetrack. It is going to be very exciting indeed to watch these drivers get after it here tonight here at Talladega.
Indeed, indeed. And if there's one thing we know from last night, and we'll get to this as we get through the broadcast, we have been at war with Talladega the entire time. It was quite the show, to say the least, when we were running there. And in all honesty, I can't wait to see what some of these guys can do. Talk about the 2 new drivers that actually just took the first, second place spots tonight in Talladega.
Well, yeah, we got quite of a surprising front row here to start out. We have Dirt GBX3 in the 6 car starting on the pole for us here tonight, and Robbie Vids on the outside. Robbie Vids I'm very familiar with. I've raced with him quite a bit, so it's kind of cool to see him jump over here to the PTM League here tonight. Not familiar with our pole sitter here, but we'll see how he goes tonight. Looks like he's pretty fast.
Indeed, indeed. As we get ready to go live here in just a few more minutes here, folks, we will go blue screen for just a second here. Just want to kind of get everybody ready to go. All right, and we are going in live right now. All right, if you are just now tuning in, thank you again, guys, for joining us tonight. We can't wait to enjoy this race with you, and hopefully we can put on a show as much as these guys are going to put on a show for you all out there.
Absolutely. I'm hoping at least the early stages here that these guys will get off the start line here, get going together here, and get it straightened out early on. That way we can have a pretty clean and green flag racing here tonight.
What the heck? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut off there. My broadcast went bye-bye. Hell, man, I've never had this problem. God damn it.
Bear with us here, folks. We are having some.
Yeah, the broadcast is gone, man. It's yeah. I've never had that happen. What the fuck? You gotta be kidding me. I've never had that happen. I've done this, I don't know how many times now. I've never had that happen. Come on, Dan, hurry up. Did you get an invite, bud, just in case?
Yeah, I'm actually in there right now.
Okay, if I can't get this up, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You might have to do it. Oh, I got it.
Okay.
Alright, I gotta... Fuck, I gotta move it over to... God damn it. Oh, it's all good there. Oh, thank God, it's still there. Damn broadcast. Alright, so we're just gonna basically redo it here.
Okay.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome back. Welcome back to Season 5 of Pedal to the Metal Racing League. I am your host, Crusader, with my good friend and colleague, Sparkalicious. As you see right now live, we are indeed at the Talladega International Speedway as the top 15 drivers tonight battle it out for the first time this season in Custom Cup. Sparkalicious, it's good to have you on tonight, buddy. I know we had a little bit of a streaming error there for just a moment, but now that we got everything backed up and running, what are you seeing out there so far with this incredible racing match?
Well, it looks like right now, as we've got our broadcast up and running here, it looks like the field has kind of just got started here in the first 3 laps here, and it looks like the field has kind of gotten themselves together already. Not seeing too much of 3 or 2 wide racing here. There's a little bit of a line starting up on the outside, but everybody's kind of in a straight line. We have a couple cars hanging out in the back there, maybe just biding their time, but right now that 6 car Dirt GBX3 started on the pole, hasn't lost a lap here yet. He's leading the field right now as they come off turn 4.
Indeed, he has. Right now, he's holding off some great drivers there. Brand new driver in the number 3, I believe. That is who was that? That's bad.
Bad out of hell there in the 3 car.
Indeed. He's currently right now following the leader, but it is early here as they come out of turn 2.
And in 3rd spot there, that's Naughty Milk Duds there in the 48 car. He's running in the 3rd position. We got Dylan there in the old familiar 9 car there. Got the little Caesars Mountain Dew machine out there. He's running in the 4th spot. It's amazing. These guys are all staying single file, being very cordial out there.
It's so hard and so easy to mess up on this track, but at the same time, if you're able to work on this track and be able to draft each other, it definitely makes for some incredible, intense racing, to say the least. And there's one thing you and I learned from last night when we raced. It was definitely how easy it is to mess up, blow an engine, or just, frankly, just get pushed way back in the pack where you lose the race and the momentum.
Absolutely. And one thing that maybe some of the guys was watching the truck race last night maybe learned a little something, even though these are cup cars, these are custom setup cars here. They may have learned something maybe about pit strategy last night, because pit strategy definitely was a key factor on how that race played out.
Indeed it was, and it's incredible to see these guys still battling it out, duking it out. It seems like every race just gets better and better with these guys.
We got a big lead draft here as we go into turn 1 here. We're on lap 6 right now, roughly here.
Lap 6 coming out of turn 2, still Dirt GBX3, a brand new driver to the series and bad out of hell, still a brand new driver as well. These two are going at it back and forth, battling it. And it looks like Naughty Milk Duds and the number 48 as well, battling it to the top here in 3rd place. So we've got a pretty great battle here in 3rd right now.
Now here's an interesting strategy. I'm looking back through the field, and there's a pack of about 4 cars. Looks like King Joey, Archon, the 18 car of Deadpool, and the 24. They have dropped about a couple seconds back. They're kind of just chilling out here. Maybe just trying to stay back here and avoid the big one, maybe?
It could very well be, but honestly, I had some strategy for them, in all honesty. This might actually be very smart of them, to say the least, in stage 1 and 2, because here's the thing. If I'm thinking what they're doing right now, if they didn't get pushed back on their own, I think what they could be up to is they're actually saving their tires up for stage 2, so that way they can pretty much be able to run a hard race in there and manage to get their way up to the front a little bit, so that way they can run another strong setup into stage 3. Although, now that I think about it, it might used to be a little bit better right now at stage 2, but you know what? These guys are knowing what they're doing. They're driving their tail ends off right now, just trying to catch each other. As we got some movement back in the pack here, some draft in there, coming out of the straightaway into turn 1. Not sure exactly who that is there, can't quite tell, as Dirt and GBX and number 3, Bad Out of Hell, still leads this thing.
Yeah, it looks like we got Dial in the 12 car there. He's trying to work with the 8 car there. I believe that's
JR Pepper. Yep, JRM.
It's one of our other new drivers popping in here in the Cup Series here, Pro Series. Looks like they're going to drop to the back of this pack here.
Definitely a lot of great drivers going right now, and an incredible driver from Dirt. He's pretty much pulling what I think we all kind of call the yellow line ride, where you just stay on that yellow line the entire time. You don't let anybody around you, inside or above, and you just maintain that position the entire time. It is kind of a risk and rewards thing idea, because if you get a little too low, and I think you know as well too, because I've started my own lawn care service because of this, but if you get a little too low, it's going to send you right into the lower barriers and the grass and everything.
Indeed, indeed. That apron, that lower part below that yellow line, they recommend you don't pass below there. It's not actually a penalty if you do it in NASCAR. I see why they have that in there, because a lot of times you go below that yellow line, it's like no man's land. It can cause a lot of trouble.
As we finish up with lap 9 leading into 10, currently Dirt still leading the pack here. Looks like Bat trying to get a little lower. They're trying to make him pay for going up high. Not quite enough there, as Bat will continue to stay in second. Dirt holding on to his line, maintaining position. Really, I think this could be a tale of the story of who can win the stages, but who can finish the race.
Yeah, yep, definitely. And it seems like everybody right now pretty content to kind of just stay put and ride this out right now. There's a couple cars that are trying to get an outside line for them, but just not going up there yet, because everybody's just most of the drivers here are pretty content to just stay right put there, just ride this out for a while.
As we get a good look at our numbers here and who we have right now, currently Bat still in second. Dirt, as we said, new driver, currently leads the pack, showing the veterans and all the great drivers that we've had in the Pedal to the Metal series really what it's all about here. At number 48, Naughty Milk Dud still battling it out here, trying to get somewhere in third place, but he might be able to get farther up if he can just work a little around there. And in the back behind him is the number 9, Dylan. He won, remember folks, last week he won at Kansas to claim the Xfinity Season Championship, and tomorrow night we will be live at Xfinity, Kansas, and Sparkalicious, I definitely can't wait to race you there and take on these heavy hitters, but I think we all are taking down Dylan that night.
Definitely tomorrow's Xfinity race, definitely going to be exciting. You want to really tune in for that. We'll definitely be out on the race cars for that one. I'll see if I can pull magic off again. I did it at the end of the season last year. We'll try to do it again.
Yeah, it was quite the hectic race, to say the least. As we come down to our final 2 laps here, it looks like Dial is actually making some moves out there on the outside. He's trying to work with looks like Pottles and number 1 of J-Wall, trying to get the 3-line draft. Not quite able to get it going there. Tell you one thing though, when you get a 3-line draft going here, you can maintain it. Oh my goodness, man, it's a chaotic race, to say the least.
It's all about getting them runs. All about getting them runs. Here, Dial and Pottles is trying to get that outside working, trying to make something happen. But right now, basically about the top 5 cars are just content to stay right there on the bottom and not move.
As they come into the the front stretch here, they are now going in to the final lap of stage 1 with Dirt currently still leading it out, but Bat out of hell is not giving him any room to mess. He's got to keep steady and make every turn perfect as for these last 2 turns. Look at this here, folks. I was going to say, Bat was trying to actually get a little bit of a push from Naughty Milk Duds, and I thought Dirt was giving him a little room there, not quite enough to hold out. As they come into turn 3 here, still, it is going to be Dirt going into the turn 4 as well. He leads it with Bat and Naughty Milk Duds, and Dylan right behind for the top 4. Number 5 will actually be Dial. He's in the number 12 car. Remember, he is the reigning Cup champion. So, if there's anybody that needs a good win tonight, I think Dial's definitely one. As they come to the finish line here for the first stage, of Season 5.
And it looks like that the 6th car there, looks like he is going to be the winner of Stage 1. Get them all important stage points. It'd be Dirt GBX3.
You get the money there. That'll definitely be points are crucial, especially in the custom series, because anything can happen, anything can change. We get a good look at the number 32, our new driver to the series, K Taddy. Right behind him is the number 1 of J Wall. Naughty Milk Does, as we said, number 48, JRM Keffer, and the number 8 car. Brand new to the series as well for us. They're always fast, tough to beat. Archon, the Rattlesnake himself, currently in the back of the pack, but I don't believe he's going to be there for too long. Dylan, the number 9, the 82 FENXY, FENXNYX underscore 6. I'm not going to say that ever. Not trying to be mean to the man, but like that name is a confusing name to say out loud. As we get down the back stretch, front stretch here, excuse me, it is time to put the pedal to the metal. Stage 2 has begun for Talladega.
And it looks like after the pit stops, it looks like Bat Out of Hell has got the lead here. So good to stop by the 3 team. They were on the ball that time. And our pole sitter has dropped back into the 2nd position.
Indeed, indeed. Right now it's just a chaotic mess. So as they come out of turn 2, all drivers side by side. Some 3-wide action here, possibly 4-wide coming in. Look at this here, folks. Incredible driving from all counts. The number 9 of Dylan is side by side with number 6 Dirt GVX. And currently Batch is saying, hey, I'll let you guys draft off that. I got a draft behind me that looks like a good sized train for Talladega, so I'm going to stay with that, boys.
Oh, boy, here we come coming off turn 4. Bat's got the lead, but they are starting to get a little bit of a high line trying to get going. Maybe
Great
not.
side-by-side driver in here, though.
Everybody's holding their line, keeping in mind their P's and Q's here.
Indeed, indeed. Right now, Bat currently, I think he's going a little up higher than usual, for my opinion, for he probably wants to race. But if that's the way he's going to get it going, that's the way you're going to get it going. So, looks like a little bit of movement there. J-Wall, the number 1, pushing drivers up a little bit there. Going side by side with the number 32, that is Kate Taddy. And the number 62, Kate Taddy, getting into a little bit, coming into turn 3. They're going to go side by side yet again as they go into turn 4. Great drafting from all drivers and great control.
Wow, that was close. That was really close, but good job there. Everybody kind of giving a little bit here right now. It's still quite early, so people are starting to still give a little bit.
Indeed.
Might not see that later in the race, though.
And look at right here, number 5, that is number 21 in the 5th spot, excuse me, that is the number 21 of Archon. He has now moved up, pushing J-Wall to the outside a little bit. He's now moving into 4th, as he now looks at 62, the number 6, and the number 3 that currently lead this. Still, it's early in the race, folks. It's still anybody's race.
Yeah, it's interesting about old Archon there. That first stage, he kind of laid back with that little group back there of 4 and kind of just hung out. Now he's up in here in the top 5 now. Almost a threat to win these things.
The old Stone Cold Rattlesnake Archon, he is one of the toughest drivers to be out here, but right now he's getting a little bit of a workaround from 3 top drivers. As I say that, Archon going to the outside here. Looks like he's trying to get some help. Looks like Dylan's going to go to the outside into turn 1, and turn 1 coming into turn 2. Side by side, these guys are going with the 62, and looks like Kate Taddy, the number 32. Great drive from all drivers here. It looks like they're trying to get something on the outside there, Sparkles.
They're trying. I'm seeing a couple cars. What they're doing is they're trying to use a little bit of that side grab. That side grab does work. You get it beside somebody, maybe even give them a little bit of a touch. Not enough to, knock them around or anything, but just enough to slow them down. It slows up that line, and you can try to move yourself forward. It's
so easy to block here, but it's so easy to mess up the block as well, because it's once you're going at these speeds, these guys are going at any slight movement to the left or the right and a little bit of a bump, and goodbye, your race is done and over with.
You're absolutely, you're right. It does not take much, not much at all.
Fantastic driving, though, from all drivers, and as we get a look at the number 37, Robbie Biggs, brand new driver this season as well. So there's a lot of great drivers here, that's to say the least, so far from what we can tell for this new season.
Yeah, Robbie, one of our folks from overseas. He's from the UK here, so good to still see some international flavor up in here for our races here.
Indeed. We'll kind of run down the rest of the drivers here while we got a chance here. The number 18 of Deadpool, number 88 of King Joey. Right now he's actually behind Robbie Biggs, King Joey is, with Archon and Dylan following right behind him.
Yeah, King Joey, another one of those that was kind of hanging out in the back early on. Now he's kind of got up with the sleeve grab and starting to get a little racy here.
Indeed. Guys just going back and forth. Looks like they're trying to get an outside move there. Yep, looks like they're going to try to get the train going to the outside and try to push them up to the front.
Archon and Dylan just trying to make it work up there. They really are.
Well, they're trying to make it work, but my question is, can they get the other drivers behind them to work this out? Because There's one thing we've seen, folks, is that you can get the outside to work and actually be faster than the inside if you have the right number of draft cars and can hold the line. But it's so easy to mess up.
Yep, sorry about that. It looks like they have about 4 other cars now has joined them up there, leading with the 8 car there up on the outside. So maybe, just maybe, they can get something going up there. We'll see.
I can see the number 4 Piles now joining into there. I think she's trying to help these big boys out and try to give them a little girl power to get to the front. But right now, still, it currently is with the draft and everything. It's Dial, King Jerk, Bad Out of Hell, and the number 62. I don't remember his name. FEYN, something like that. I'm going to call him Phoenix.
Whoa, and the 3 cars head to pit road.
Wait a minute. What in the world?
Whoa, what happened to Bat? Oh my goodness, he spun down into the pit lane.
Bat did indeed go down the pit lane. I'm trying to think of what happened there. He might have gotten a little loose on the tires and maybe didn't quite take as much as he should have, in all honesty. That's insane right there, but he can make up some time, though, in stage 3 when he gets a chance. He's just got to stay ahead of the leaders here because they're going to catch up pretty quick now for that.
Wow, what a turn of events. Wow, leading the race. Next thing you know, you're spun out and down over the pit lane. Oh, wow. Meanwhile, we're getting things crazy up here up front now.
Indeed. Number 37, Robbie Vitz. He's trying to make something work on the outside. These guys are going side by side and maybe 3 wide a little bit here. Coming in. Looks like Dial is actually going in as well. Is that Dial or is that T-Taddy?
That was Dial. The 12th car, it looked like he's pulling down into the pits. Interesting strategy here.
Indeed. Right now, though, it's currently your leader now is actually Dirt. He's now regained the lead from his first stage. As all drivers right now, just still jockeying for position. I can see right now what happened to Bat. He actually has a lot of damage on the front end of that car. It is completely toast.
It looked like when he spun going into the pits, it looks like he may have hit that inside wall when I caught the end of it there.
That's a tough break for Bat there. He's definitely got company coming up, though, because he was coming out of, it looked like turn one there.
We got a battle for the lead. Phoenix is on the outside of the 62. He got to run on the 6 coming down here.
Oh, look at this, folks. Coming down the front stretch here. Archon now making a move around them as well. Phoenix kind of started the chain reaction, and now it is just all over the place. Driving coming into turn 2. Archon currently side by side with Dirt as right now they go down below Dial. Dial needs to stay down there so they can let these drivers race here. Side by side action going into the back straightaway here. Archon and Dirt GB are currently leading it. Who is going to maintain the position into stage 2 here? There's in front. This is the final lap here, folks.
Oh my goodness! Coming into turn 4, they're shaking, they're diving, they're bouncing off each other. Oh
Archon
my goodness!
Is loose. They're going 4 wide. Coming down the front stretch here, folks. Here they come. 4 wide,
goodness.
5 wide. They're going on. They're bumping each other. There's some damage for sure. The number 24 Thunder looks like he's going to get past Archon. And Dirt is just trying to block out everybody else, and he manages to block everyone to the end there. Wow.
Whoa, that was a crazy last 2 laps in that stage. Wow, everybody going for it in that one. It looks like the 6th car of Dirt looks like he is going to be the stage winner again. But
so
wow.
Right now, a newcomer to the series, not looking like any rookie whatsoever. He is showing up the veterans right now at Talladega. Incredible driving from Dirt, to say the least, especially with Bat, unfortunately, getting a bad break there. It's some great racing already here, folks. But before we get into the final stage here, we got to give a very special thank you and shout out to our sponsors tonight. Again, folks, Season 5 of Pedal to the Metal Racing is sponsored in part by Dirt Track for your mobile Android and iOS devices. If you're looking for a great game to run on the dirt, but you can't drive on the track, or you can't race with us, look no further than Dirt Tracking for your mobile Android and iOS devices. A big special thank you to Courtesy at Chrysler and Jeep out of Pennsylvania. Thank you guys so much for your sponsors and your help. We appreciate your love and support, and thank you guys for watching and tuning in right now as we go pedal to the metal for the final stage of Talladega Custom Cup. We're going a little bit loose here coming out of turn 1.
Yes, indeed. It looks like off the start here, it looks like the 18 car here, Deadpool, is now up in front. He won the race off pit road here, and he has got the lead. First time we've kind of mentioned him here tonight. He's been kind of hanging in the back. Now it's time to show what you got now.
Indeed, indeed. But right now, it is a battle and to the end here for these drivers as they currently have a little bit of a trouble here. Looks like Dirt got pushed back there. I'm sorry, I missed that there. I did not mean to mess that up. Deadpool is actually now in the lead. One of the top drivers that everyone was kind of talking about coming into this series. Right now, he's starting to show like why he is one of the top drivers for this new season.
Definitely. They always say like the cream rises to the top. We'll see where the cream is here in this run here. With about 16 laps to go here.
And right behind him is the number 1 of J-Wall. That's a shocker to say the least. We were not expecting J-Wall to come up. Such a new driver to actually come up and make some moves here. But right now, as we speak, as we get into lap 32 coming out of the back straightaway here, they are going to be battling it with Deadpool, J-Wall, and Dylan, the top 3 drivers currently.
Looks like we're going to go back single file here for the time being. Looks like everybody's kind of settled down a little bit. We get in line here.
I think that's smart driving on all ends of the driver's perspective. You don't want to overdo your tires. You don't want to burn up too much yet. And second, you also have to make sure you get enough gas in for later, because right now this is going to be where things change for all these drivers.
Yeah, if we do not get a caution in here, this could very well have green flag pit stops. You have to wonder what you're going to do on that pit stop. How fast do I try to chance coming down pit road? Because yes, black flags are on, pit road speed is there. You have to keep mindful of that. A lot of things on your mind as we get close toward the end of this thing.
And as we do getting close to the end of this thing here, I want to give a special shout out to Hoppy. Thanks for tuning in tonight and watching us. I know Grandpa's watching us currently as well. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in and supporting us. I love racing all as well. But right now, as we come into state, as we're in the final stage here, some movement here in the back straightaway here. Deadpool goes up high. Dylan is going side by side with him. J-Wall staying to the bottom here. Look at this. Archon and Thunder and Dylan are now moving up to the front. J-Wall pushing. Oh, J-Wall pushed Thunder a little bit up into Dylan there, looks like. Looks like Thunder got a little too tight and Dylan was just up too high. Couldn't get anywhere there, out of there.
Boy, good job by everybody getting right through that. That looked like I could have been trouble, but everybody was able to check up and do a good job in order for that to not be a big one there.
Indeed, indeed. Right now we're on board with the Talladega, the number 32. Again, one of the new drivers right now showing up. Some of the veterans, but Archon, the old rattlesnake, and isn't it fitting? It's 316. Shout out to our boy Stone Cold Steve Austin. Hoping maybe one day we can get him on the podcast. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be.
You got a little Stone Cold in there. Oh, you got a little Stone Cold and got some Stabilizers. We got a couple beers, grab some drinks. That's the bottom line on 316 because Stone Cold said so. And I really hope we do not get copyrighted by WWE for that, so.
What?
Anyway, back to the race.
Anyway. Back at the ranch.
If we're back at the ranch, we're talking about the race. Anyway. Well, right now we are going side by side as Archon Taddy and the number 37 as Robbie Vid's battling it out here. Pottles now trying to also push these guys up a little bit. She's not getting much going for her as everyone stays to the bottom line. Big changes up here in the middle half of the section while the top half seems to be really maintaining control here.
I'm noticing something though. It looks like, and what happened before is the two cars in front got a little bit ahead. And the cars behind them kind of backed up a little bit, and that's how Archon and a couple of them other cars got a good run on them. It seems like now guys are starting to figure out if you lay back a little bit, get that other guy behind you to give you a good shove, you can get a good run up there and mess things up a little bit.
Speaking of shove, looked like Dylan went down low on the front stretch there with a JRM. Both drivers maintaining good position here, good clean driving from them. A little bit of rub in there. Of course, rubbing's always racing, but on this track, you got to be careful because any damage to your car and any damage to those tires, that can spell big trouble for later.
Absolutely.
I'll take it on board. Let's go ahead.
Go
I
ahead.
was going to say, we're going to take a little...
Go ahead.
I'm going to say we're just going to go on board with Dirt here, and while you go ahead and talk, buddy.
I was just going to point out here, it looks like everybody is now back to single file racing for the time being, but again, it looks like some of these cars are starting to get a little gap here. I'm just wondering if there's guys setting up runs here. We'll have to see.
Indeed, indeed. We got some other drivers in the chat here. Kayla McCarthy and Moldy Interior. Guys, thanks so much for coming on tonight with us and talking. But yeah, right now it's a battle to say the least here. As we got a little good on board with dirt there, you just feel the motor, how much power that draft is causing for these guys to get that speed up. And currently now we're going into turn 3 and 4 with lap 37 in the book. Wait a minute. Folks, Dirt just blew an engine.
Oh no.
He just blew an engine, folks. Oh my goodness, that just changed everything big time for Dirt.
Whoa. Oh goodness, man, that is such a tough break. Won both the first 2 stages, had to pole, and now he is out of the race. Engine failure here. Oh, that's a shame.
My goodness, folks, that just came out of nowhere. Dirt all of a sudden the engine blew. He had to pit. What in the world happened there?
Oh man, that's a tough break, I tell you. I mean, I know you had that problem last night in the truck race, and you had a good truck there, and that happened to you, and it just sinks in your gut because you know what could have been.
Yeah, I was up front the whole pretty much main part of the stage 2 and stage 3 race, and pretty much led most of stage 1 as well. And all of a sudden, stage 3. All of a sudden I was in my car and truck, and I just had a big red light pop on and said my motor blew. And I'm just thinking, how in the world did that just blow my motor? I thought I had everything set right. But you know what? I say honestly, I kind of talked to you about this earlier. I think there is a Talladega curse on some of his drivers, and unfortunately I'm one of them. But right now I can tell you one curse that's not going on. It's Archon. He is trying to make a move on Deadpool and Dylan as J-Wall went to the outside trying to work with Archon. He's going to make him pay for that and goes back down low trying to make the inside work yet again. Archon currently now in 3rd with Deadpool and Dylan right in front of him.
Yeah, it looks like J-Wall got the proverbial clothesline right there. He got hung out to dry.
If there's one thing that's worse than anything, it's getting a good clothesline, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Stone Cold can attest to that.
old Stone Cold, folks.
Wow, whoa. Now it looks like Deadpool and Dylan have kind of gapped the field here a little bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what happened to Archon there. He just backed out a little bit there. Fortunately, I wasn't quite watching the monitor. I was trying to watch a few other monitors here we have live in the seat and the setup here, folks, for our broadcast booth. Right now, it's back and forth between everybody, but Archon looks like he's trying to go to the outside. I think he sees Dial and PTMs possibly trying to make a move with him. But it's not going to work there. They're going to push him the inside now. They're going to have a few drivers going the outside here, but Deadpool still currently leads it with Dylan right behind him. Looks like that's the number 8. And yep, that's the number 8 of JRM and 62 of
Phoenix. Phoenix is 62 up there. They tried to get something going. They had one big run there, but it looks like once they got about the 2nd place car, it kind of stalled out.
Remember, folks, there are a lot of new drivers here, so we are going to mess up on names, unfortunately. So, again, to the new drivers and everyone around the world that's watching and everyone at home, we apologize deeply. But right now, yeah, Deadpool, he currently is just leading the pack, hanging on to the bottom line. I just can't figure out how much those tires got to be burning, because right now he's got a bunch of company back there just trying to make some moves.
Just checking here on PTMs here, so we got roughly about 6 laps to go here. We're on lap 41 and going about 209, 210, 211 miles an hour. That's how fast these cars are going around this track. Just a high rate of speed, especially with this draft.
I'm getting a good onboard shot here of, well, wait a minute, we got problems in the backstretch. The number 48 has spun out.
Oh goodness, that's Naughty Milk Duds in the 48.
Milk Dud spun out all of a sudden. I couldn't tell what happened back there, but something major just happened to the backstretch, and now right now we're going 3 wide coming out turn 4. Archon, and it looks like Thunder and it looks like JRM just battling it. They're going down below in the grass. We got big troubles coming into the front stretch. Oh my goodness,
there goes Robbie.
Big troubles, huge troubles.
That is going to probably bring out a caution right there.
The caution is out. The caution is out.
Oh boy.
If there was ever a time, though, for a caution, it is right now because, ladies and gentlemen, there is only 5 laps remaining. So if they were going to pit, they needed to do it now, and this is the perfect time to get everything situated and figured out.
Oh boy, wow, that just turned from like calmness to pandemonium in just about 2 turns right there.
That was like 2/10 of a second. All of a sudden, we were like, yeah, everything's going great, everything's good, and then what the world just happened? Wait a minute, I see another driver in the pits there. Oh, whoa, wait a minute.
What's going on here?
Did Deadpool just crash?
Yeah,
Deadpool has crashed. Yeah, something wrong with Deadpool there. I'm not sure what happened there, man. That was... As the drivers now catch up to get ready for a caution, it looks like they're going to go into the pits here. Some of these going a little slower than others, some faster. JRM was in the pits, and he is now out.
I don't know what happened there on the backstretch. 18 car got turned around and hit into the wall. I don't know if somebody just didn't slow down for the caution there right away or what happened. That was kind of a weird situation there.
Man, I have no idea, but that was crazy to say the least. We didn't have anything like that last night when we were racing the trucks, but looks like Deadpool's going to go out, but so is, looks like, is that Thunder back there? I can't tell.
Oh, we got some strategy going on. Some cars are staying out and some are pitting.
Dylan is staying out, Thunder is staying out, PTM's staying out. ThePottles, actually, she has not been up front the entire race until now. She's been in the back. I think she's been taking her time, just letting these new guys just figure out that these veterans can still race if you give them the opportunity.
Absolutely. Looks like the top 5, we got Dylan in first. Looks like we're going to have Thunder in second, PTM's in third, Archon in fourth, and newcomer Taddy is up to 5th in the Scooby-Doo mystery machine there.
Oh, the old mystery machine. If there was ever a good time to have a car like that, it's definitely here, because right now I'm still trying to figure out the mystery of what the heck happened in the front and back stretch.
Hopefully we can get some comments on that later on. Maybe we'll have to try to figure out what happened back there. That was just weird.
Absolutely. I'd love to know what happened exactly. Looks like all drivers are now going to line up into position here. They are going to center up, go side by side, and get ready for the restart here. There was ever a time, though, to get a good win, and it's definitely right now.
This is basically it right here. This is probably going to be more or less the final restart unless a big catastrophe happens. This is going to be fall for all the marbles.
In the chat right now, Dirt, unfortunately, talking with us, he has said that he blew the motor, and unfortunately there was not much he could have done about it, so tough break to Dirt. Dirt, if you're listening and hearing this, buddy, we appreciate you racing tonight. You did a fantastic job out there taking on the veterans. Hey, full props to you, bud. We hope you can do great next week.
Yes, sir. He definitely was a force to be reckoned with out there. He really won both 2 stages tonight. Not too much to be ashamed about out there. He had a great run tonight, buddy.
Absolutely, indeed. Well, right now, folks, here we go. It's going to be the number 9 of Dylan, number 24 of Thunderfunk, the number 4 of PTM's, 21 of Archon, 32 Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine of Taddy, the number 12. He dials the number at Menards. That is dial the number 12, and they're going to line up the top 6 drivers. They are going to battle it, and there is only 4 laps remaining here, folks. Anybody's race as they come off the restart. Watch that flag, as we're going to go to the green flag here. Looking for the flag to rise up. Waiting for it. Oh. And there we go. They're off on the line. They're putting the pedal to that metal, and it looks like PTM's made the move. She's now going to go with Dylan here into turn 1, getting the draft off him. Thunder now getting in the draft as well. He is now going to battle for third. Archon has company as well. He is right there with Scooby-Doo and Taddy. They're going to go single file a little bit here, coming into the back stretch. Looks like some drivers are trying to make some moves here, folks. Looks like Deadpool in the back trying to make a move, trying to get back up to the front and make these guys pay for that earlier.
Here we go, coming into turn 3 and 4. Right now, Dylan with the lead. PTM's right there in second. Driving the closer's car there in the number 4. And Thunder tightly in behind as they come down. And we're going to get 2 to go when they come to this line here in just a moment.
2 to go, going into turn 1. Dylan still leads it. The reigning Xfinity champion looks to dominate here. Pottles, though, she has been a contender all season long. Last season, she's looking to get payback from her earlier in that season races when she had to take on Dylan Archon and Dial. It's going to be a battle to the end here with only 2 laps to go in D-Sparkle. This is anybody's race.
Anybody's race indeed, and it looks like, oh, here comes Archon up on the outside.
Coming up in the back, look at this. There are drivers in the back. We're going 3 wide coming into turn 3. Pottles looks a little loose. She's trying to get underneath Dylan, and they're going to go 4 wide coming out of turn 4. Look out here, folks. This is incredible racing.
Oh, my goodness. This is where you hold your breath. Here we come. White
Final
flag in the air.
Here we go.
Oh,
White is out. Pottles is still trying to find a way around Dylan. Dylan is doing his best to block everyone. The outside line does not look like they're making any more moves there. Dylan's still trying to get down low. Can't get it done. All drivers just all over the place here, but they are maintaining position as they're going to go 4 wide yet again. Look at this, folks. Still anybody's race coming out of the final stretch, back stretch into turn 3.
Oh, my goodness, right now. But Pottles is staying glued to Dylan. She is not letting him go. It looks like she's going to... Oh, she tried to make a little move down on the bottom. Couldn't quite get there. We got cars all over the place.
She's trying to catch the draft, I think, and try to get a push at the end. Here they come, front stretch. Archon now making the move to the outside. Dial now as well, pushing him forward. Archon is getting pushed forward. Dial's going inside. Dylan to the front. Oh, my goodness.
Whoa.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. To the end, this is the final results. Dylan wins it. Pottles barely pulling out a second place finish. Oh my goodness, folks. Wow.
And Archon's going to be 3rd, Bad Out of Hell in 4th, and Naughty Milk Duds will finish in the top 5. I don't know how they did it. Wow.
Top 6 all on word down. Dial, K-Taddy, Keen Joey, Thunderfunk, and then the top 10, it is Robbie Vids. The veterans made it to the front and the back stretch, and the new drivers really showing their creativity in driving there. But oh my goodness, it's hard not to get excited when you see that, folks. That's incredible racing for a final lap, to say the least.
Man,
wow!
If only we had instant replay.
We do. We did a live stream of this.
Ooh. Boy, you're going to have to go back and watch that, folks, because, my goodness, that was an incredible finish. It looked like Archon had a run up on the outside there. Dylan did what he could to side draft him to slow him down, and there was just cars everywhere coming to the line, and it was hard to tell who had a hold of that, but it did definitely look like